Peace to human families in the planet Earth. I be the God, here in Albany, New York, the legislative building. Here, showing improvement in my mind of intelligence by dealing with reality. Here, with all of the politicians and all of the educational centers, black colleges, black businesses, the black expos here. So we here, the gods and the earth are here, manifesting mathematics in the midst of all the activities of the human families of the planet Earth, to show and prove that we are all wise and righteous by demonstrating education. Education. Not today's mathematics is knowledge and power, all be born to equality. Today we are acknowledging the power of Almighty God Allah's equality to deal equal that supreme knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to all the human families of the planet Earth. So today is a magnificent day in Albany, New York, where the great gods and the earths are here having a workshop on mathematics and living a peaceful way of life. Today we're teaching that knowledge to knowledge your power, and to deal with the equality of your knowledge, wisdom, understanding equally with all the human families of the planet Earth. Through education, health care, we're here to deal with all of the resources in the earth and on the earth. And how can we make this earth better? And how can we do the right thing by ourselves and the next? Each one teach one. This is what we're here to demonstrate. Each one teach one. Gods and the earths in Albany, New York, the legislative building, showing and proving our equality, supreme equality, and showing and proving the legacy of Almighty God Allah, the sweat, the blood, and the tears that He went through to manifest the mind of intelligence. Because He didn't have to do that. He could have saved Himself and went on about His business like many, many other people did. But He chose to teach the human families of the planet Earth, preferably to teach what? The babies. And show an example to the women and the children. So here, the great gods are here in Albany, New York, to show and prove our mind, the mind of supreme intelligence. Peace.
Peace. Peace. I come in the name of the law of universal happiness. I'm here in the law of home, which is Albany. Now, why New York? We're here to show forth and prove Allah's mathematics. It's a universal language that's lived out and carried out. It's not dealing with arithmetic. It's dealing with universal life. And this is what we deal with. We're not here to deal with no impressions or assumptions. Allah's mathematics deal with facts, the facts of life. Because see, when you take a name, if you add it and make a word, it's dealt with mathematics. If you take A-L-L-A-H, you add that, and the summary of it all is a law. That's universal language, where the seen is spoken everywhere. So we are here to show forth and prove the right culture. And our universal language is mathematics. So therefore, for this day, may we build and show forth and prove to you that we speak the law of mathematics and we live the law of mathematics. And with that, I say peace, family, from the law of universal happiness.
Your peace and law, love.
My name is Peace. I'm God representing now New York. Also one of the representatives for the Region 2 in the Hudson Valley. We're here today in the law of Albany, New York, to deal with and speak upon supreme mathematics. Basically, supreme mathematics dealing with the word supreme and mathematics. Supreme means the highest or the most best quality, the best quality. Mathematics is the science of numbers and applications and correlations dealing with the numbers themselves. So supreme mathematics we deal with practical application of principles to better ourselves and to better the universe around us. See, it's a practical application, meaning it's something that you use to better yourself and those around you. It's practical because you can use it every day. It doesn't have to be something that's outside of yourself, so foreign. You don't have to be math scientists, we're dealing with practicality, something we use every day in the here and now. Because we're dealing with life every day, here and now. And the application means you have to apply it. No one can do it for you. That's simple as that. Supreme mathematics, our universal language. Peace.
Peace to the God nation, gods of earth nation, Islam. You know, we here today on the Knowledge Power Day. You know, in our calendar is the 15th. You know, we want to elevate and come and get recognition on this day, right here in the legislation building, to show that we are elevating to the degree where we're able to come amongst all human families today, all people, all nationalities, to teach that the black man, the black woman, and the black children are the products of that which is the best part of the planet. So today, I give my universal group again, peace.
Peace. I come in the name of the Lord Universal Happiness. We're here today in the law born to really strive hard to come with a law of mathematics and life. So therefore, this is why we're here with the Black Caucus and everything to so forth improve the education that is necessarily needed. A lot of our people come with a miseducation, a misconcept of a lost 5% nation, known also as 5%ers, as well as nation of gods and earths and everything. We here live in a law of mathematics, which is the universal language, from cell to cell, and even from your thoughts to thought, all the way down to be manifested down to your physical, is the law of mathematics. The air you breathe is the law of mathematics. The ground you walk on was only so improved to be accumulated to be what? Laws of mathematics. So therefore, this is what we're here to begin to start building upon and striving hard to make this Black Caucus and the law born every year with a laws nation, a 5% nation, the nation of gods and earths. We're striving hard to really begin to come forth with not looking at the problems, but yet we are the ones who can solve and have the solution. All it takes is just one. And the law showed, the Father showed and proved that. Because it took one, a law, for this knowledge to be made known of who we are and of our origin in this world. And that to show forth and prove that the original man is the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, and God of the universe. And it is shown by the power that we have, and that is that we are seen and heard across the whole planet Earth, not just some, or not just a part of, but yet we are seen and heard all over the planet Earth. All 196,900,000 square miles, 57,255,000 square miles of land are laws seen and heard. 139,685,000 square miles of water is the words that's coming forth from Allah, and it's heard. There's no mystery to who Allah is, and that is you and I, the supreme being black man. And it is the laws of mathematics that will show you and give you the guideline to living your life on the right path. We have to sit back and become one, as not just only as a person as one, but as a people as one. Because that's what we are. One people, one mind, one body. And there's nothing that can separate the mind and body unless it takes the arrogance and ignorance that is planted inside the thoughts. Where now you take it, instead of saying 1 plus 1 equal 2, you're saying 1 plus 1 equal 4. And we know that's a planet we know. Allah's mathematics is universal truth. And this is what we come with, the truth. The truth of the matter is that we as a people must begin to take steps to solve it, the poor parts of our communities, the poor parts of raising of our children, the poor service that we sit back waiting for That's one of the reasons why the service is poor, because we wait for someone else to do it for us. There's a reason why the schools is falling the way they are and ready to close the way they are, is because of the false and miseducation that's given. And it's not just in the school, but it's also that miseducation that's given at home and in the communities. It is these hospitals that's also beginning to be closed. It's because of the false medication that's being prescribed to the babies as well as to you and I. That's having us coming out, being placed into institutions, becoming alcoholics, addicts, and everything else. We have the solution to these problems. And yes, it will have to be taken to administrators as well as all of them, of these politicians. We must become as a people who not just vote them in, but we also have to sit back and make sure that they devoted to what is promised. We are the people with the voices for this. These are the things that we must become and collide together and combine together. And when I say collide, that means we must crash and come together and stop separating. To become a people. The same thing that you must use is the laws of mathematics, become as from a boy to a man and from a man to God. And it takes the laws of mathematics for you to know and be able to communicate with your thoughts, with your actions, and with your deeds that will show improvement. There's no error in the laws of mathematics. And I sincerely love the laws of mathematics because it's the laws of mathematics that stimulate life and matter. Because here I am to show improvement. Here's the gods here to show improvement.
Peace.
Peace, Allah.
Peace, God.
So we here manifesting the science of self-mastery. Black men that are walking and talking righteous thoughts, righteous reality, mastering our minds and our bodies to the best of our ability by eating clean food, organic eggs, meats, the best meats, not poison meats, eating the right foods and things of that nature, thinking the right thoughts. And mathematics is the science that unlocks the keys in reality. And this is what we deal with. We deal with the reality of righteousness. You have to treat somebody how you would like to be treated. If you wanted to be treated like a king and a queen, then ultimately you must produce that love to the best of your ability. And that love is in that equality, that knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and love, peace, and happiness. That is the ultimate goal of self-mastery with these mathematics. Is to live a life of love, peace, and happiness. Love is where you understand the reality of yourself and the reality of what and how everything was made around you. Peace is law and order. That's peace. Peace is law and order. And happiness is satisfaction with oneself. Because once you're satisfied with your mind and the way you move it, the righteous moves that you're making on this planet Earth, then you'll be satisfied with everybody else. Satisfied enough, man, to correct errors, to show people love, and to have an open ear, to people. To listen to your brother, to listen to your sister, and things of that nature. So this workshop is the science of where the gods and the earths are manifesting the equality, supreme equality, to all the human families of the planet Earth. In Albany, New York, in the legislative building, we're going to be having these workshops open to all the human families of the planet Earth to show that our mind of righteousness and love. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Once again, my name is Peace, Black God and Law, representing now Albany, New York. It's an honor and a privilege to be here amongst my brothers and sisters, the gods of earth, representing this nation here in the law of war. Just building on today's mathematics, once again, knowledge, power, refinement. Knowledge is basically to know, look, listen, observe. Knowledge is the foundation. Knowledge is that point of awareness where you can see yourself and see things around you. That's your foundation. How you see yourself and how you see how your moves and actions, your words and actions affect those around you. And also the information that you gather. And power is that ability to use and to exert the information or put the activation of the information that you know, the knowledge. And the equality means you deal equally with all. So what you deal with for yourself, you also want to deal with your brothers and sisters. That's equality. That's true equality. You want for your brothers and sisters what you want for yourself. And also by showing them the knowledge and power, how to use that knowledge, that's equality right there. Peace.
Peace, God.
Peace. Allah's the God. It's a great day today for the righteous. We're here at the state legislative building doing a workshop on the Nation of Gods and Earth's teachings. The Nation of Gods and Earth is a nation less recognized in our community. So the true and living today is showing and proving Allah's teachings. That not only Allah has seen and heard that the teachings are effective now, as they was in the 90s, as they was in the 70s, as they was in the 60s. The teachings of Allah's teachings is the most profound teachings in our community. Why is that? The knowledge of self is the most powerful tool that can wake a person up. Today's mathematics is knowledge power. In my degrees, it tells me, in the winter 36, are there any Muslims other than the gods? In today's mathematical science, we say, are there any gods other than righteous? Which is emphatically now ciphered. You know what I mean? So we live out Allah's mathematics by showing and proving each and every day that not only Allah lives, that His teachings lives through us. So we're going to show and prove that Allah is the God. And each and every black man that knows that the reality of God exists within him. So today is a great day for the righteous here in Allah born, and for the righteous as well that travel to our cipher. We're going to continue to fly the flag and show and prove that Allah's teachings is successful. As it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. Peace.
Peace, God.
Oh, please, God. My name is Lord Shah Mikallah. See, today's mathematics, knowledge, power, all being born in equality. Knowledge means to know. So once you know the power, which comes from your truth, then you're dealing with what? Supreme equality. How to deal with what? To the people. Equality means to be equal in what? In everything. So once you acknowledge your power, to how to deal justly and righteously with your people, then you show and prove the quality of what? Of the Father, God. And that's mathematics, King. Peace.
Peace to the God. You want something to say? Take a seat.
Peace, God. And this is the order of mathematics, and we able to express that in that form, so all can understand that the science of everything is about mathematics. And we come into the people to teach, but we emphasize that our math is the science of everything in life. That means it gives us the awareness of ourselves. It tells us that the knowledge proves the original man. And the knowledge in our superior alphabet, it says A, which is Allah. And the knowledge, this is our education, this is our science of elevating, because the Father had gave us this and told us that this is the science that will uplift our conscience, uplift ourselves. Once we activate it properly and put it in the order that it's supposed to be in, which is a mathematical order, it says, who's the original man? It said the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. You know, and when we teach this here, not only just say it, but we must live it. We must live that process of going through the stages of that mathematical order, from that childhood to that manhood to godhood. And that process itself, let it be known that we are able to express and teach the science of everything in life. to all individuals on the planet Earth. We're here today on the Lives of Power Day in the Legislative Building. Our first appearance in this building amongst those of us that want to actually execute the righteousness of the laws of mathematics. Meaning that when we come amongst the people, we're letting you know that there's no more time for the foolishness, for the foolish thinking, for the foolish behavior. We are here to be the solution of all situations today. All situations today. Because we emphasize that the Father gave us the tool, and that tool was the science of our mathematics. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Big Black Prince of Law, and I reside in Savior's Truth, which is known as Connecticut, New York. And I'm here as the God manifested. We're here at the Legislative Building in Law Born, which is Albany, the capital. And we're here to show and prove that laws, mathematics, is true and living. And these are the things, these are the tools that man is looking for in life. You know, the things that he's looking for in life is mathematics. And these are the keys, you know what I'm saying, to open up the square door in order for you to see the light, which is the truth. Today's mathematics is knowledge power. All we born to equality. Knowledge means to know. And power is what? The truth. Meaning to know what? The truth. So that you can see the equality of who? The Father, which is 6-letter alphabet, which is F, which manifests as Father. And this is mathematics. And if you live according to this, then you'll see everything in life. This is where you receive your love, peace, and happiness. You know what I'm saying? This is where you receive your heaven. You know what I'm saying? By living according to living mathematics, which is dealing with life itself. You know, and that's how I see it, God, to add on to what the God said. God right and exact. You know, we ain't about no foolishness. We about living it right and exact. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, as they say, you either cash in or get the hell out. And that's how we live it. You know what I mean? Now or in. You know, it is now or you come to an end. That's period. You know, there ain't no more chuckling and jiving. Days is done. You know, we grown men now. More children. You know, but I've been living this, what? I had knowledge of self since I was 12 years old. I'm coaching God now. About to turn coach if you're on the scrub. So I've been living this, God. So this is not something I just came upon in some jail or some jive shit I heard around the corner, God. I've been living this all my life down there. I know this more than I know anything. You know what I mean? So I'm a living example of it. You know what I mean? So I can show and prove it through my ways and actions. I always tell the God, we are living examples of the testimonies of that man. I didn't even see him in the physical, and I bear witness to him. You know what I mean? That's actual fact, God. If it wasn't for his teachings, no telling where I would be in life. You know what I mean? So, the true reality of it. That's why I come and stand on the square and show people mathematics today. And I live it, God, every day. I don't have to think about it, because it's all in my ways and actions. That's what is going on, God.
Peace. So this is the science. We got God, earth, and the babies. That's Allah's most precious jewel.
That's right.
And it's the equality that we manifest with each other and to all the human families in the planet Earth that will make the sun shine and rejuvenate the very earth that we live on. The soil. If all of us come together on the face of the planet Earth and manifest the greatness of Allah's mathematics to the best of our ability, this will rejuvenate the whole planet and the universe. There will be no more global warming because the mind of the black man will rejuvenate with the power of the sun in the core of his mind, will rejuvenate the very earth. And each and every human being would already know not to litter, not to pollute the air and the ocean and inside the very precious earth. For the earth is the great soil, and we go and we plant the seeds of everlasting life. So every human being at this point will already know to respect and protect the earth. This is the earth and the very physical earth that we walk on and things of that nature. So therefore, you know, this workshop, you know, it's a true blessing to have the great gods and earths here in Albany, New York, in the Legislative Building, showing and proving their mind, living mathematics, and how to live a peaceful way of life. Because peace is law and order.
That's right.
Law and order. When you're dealing with the law of yourself, respecting yourself, and all the human families in the planet Earth. The order is when your actions manifest the highest form of righteousness. This is the goal here. For all the human families of the planet Earth to live righteous and come together, unite all the seeds in understanding, and make the world a better world. Peace.
Peace, family. I come in the name of Allah, universal happiness. And the universal language is mathematics. And we know and understand that in order for you to be able to speak this language, you got the first step, and that's knowledge. That's the first step that you must begin to take and have in order to grow to know yourself. You must have knowledge of self. Knowing who you is, knowing why you here, knowing what you're going to do, where you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it. And that takes knowledge. This is the first foundation of where you must start, and that's knowing self. And therefore, once you do this, then you begin to take the step to have the wisdom. Place this knowledge of yourself into motion. Begin to express how you is and who you is, by showing who you is, by speaking upon who you is, to let yourself be known. This is by wisdom. Understanding, where therefore understanding is to comprehend yourself. Once you begin to understand and see who you is, you begin to take the steps to begin living it and loving it. This is the universal language of law and order, as the God just said. Law and order. And that's mathematics. We know that in school they teach you 0, 1, 2, 3, but 0 is nothing. What is a cipher without knowledge first? It's 0. It's nothing. You got to have knowledge first. You got to know who you is first, because that is the first law of nature. It's not just self-preservation, but it's to know yourself, to preserve yourself. That's how you're able to save yourself and be yourself. And then you're going to understand it. You will see yourself. This nation is a beautiful nation. We don't come with no 10%, which is today's degree, and your 140, which is the knowledge power degree. Who's the 10% is the rich slave makers of the poor, who teaches the poor lies, that the almighty true and living God is a spook and cannot be seen by the physical eye, otherwise known as bloodsuckers of the poor. Without you having knowledge of yourself, you will not know power, which is truth. It's mathematics will show and prove it. Knowledge is the know. Power is the truth. So when you know yourself and truly begin to see who you is, you will know that there is no mystery God. And you will know who the ones who's going about teaching this. You will begin to see them for who they are. This is Allah's mathematics. This is Allah's teaching. And we know that any 2 times out of 3, you begin to sit up at home and wait for a mystery God. That's the whole thing that you're missing, is the story of who you is. Because you don't have one knowledge. Like I told you, you have to start with the foundation, and that's to know yourself. When you know yourself, you know there's no missed stories of who you is. Now it's setting the goal to be who you is, and that is God. The God manifested earlier. You grow from being a boy to being a man, to manhood, and from manhood you grow to have godlyhood, and that's righteousness. And that only comes from you having the power. That power is the truth of who you are. There's no mystery here. There's no mystery here. The 10%, the rich slave makers. The rich slave maker is the ones who sit back and won't let you know who you is. They'll teach you other than yourself, to be other than yourself, and to see things other than yourself. This is the problem that we're coping with and dealing with now in our society. We think that there's a mystery God. We don't know our history as being great people of the world. These are the things that is missing. And this is why it's a mystery. A lot of the stories that is told, and the only concept that is drawn up is that we are only slaves here in the wilderness of North America, when we're the ones who came before Columbus. We was already here. The 10% won't teach you that. They'll teach you that they're the first civilization. They'll teach you that you are lower than they are. When we know that the original people are the first. For origin means where all things arrive from. Original means first. We are the first nation where all things arrive from. Where all nations arrive from. But yet it's the 10% who will make you feel that you the third nation, the fourth nation, and everything else. This is why, with the laws of mathematics, which is the truth, because that's how the laws of mathematics is. That is the power, the truth. And that's the laws of mathematics. So know the truth, and you'll know the cipher of those who's trying to sit back and mislead you, to keep you at 6, which is what? Why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? So he can use them as a tool and also as a slave. Keeps them blind to themselves so he can master them. Illiterate means ignorant. And as long as you sit back and don't know who you is, you will always be used as a tool. And a lot of times, it's you using yourself as a tool and don't even realize it. You making the jails get compact. You the one who sit back, carrying the guns, flying bullets all over the place, and don't even realize it. That you the one who's sitting back, being used as a tool. Using yourself to that state of unawareness, to that state of ignorance. Ig means to not even have no concept or idea. Nor means nothing. You have no concept or idea of anything. And we know the ant, yes, is small in strength, but yet lack the capabilities of upholding its own weight. And that's what you lack. That's just what you lack. So get the knowledge of yourself. Live the laws of mathematics. Because when you live it, you're going to love it. Because I sincerely love the laws of mathematics. And I stimulate life and matter. Why? Because I study life around me. This is the laws mathematics taught me to do. To look, listen, observe, and also to respect. And most of all, what? Knowledge, self. And I look and I listen, I observe, and I respect self. And when I respect myself, automatically I'm going to respect others. And I will get respect from others. Because this is where all things arrive from. And where all things return to, back to knowledge. So sit back. Live the laws of mathematics. When you get it, live it. It's the right food. It's not the wrong food. Because the 10% feeds that to the people, the wrong food. This is why you have the righteous. Those who is living righteously, civilized. I am a poor righteous teacher. I'm not a millionaire and I don't look for a mansion or a yacht. I'm not even looking for your vote. All I'm looking for is for you to get the knowledge of yourself so you can be yourself. So that way, once you be yourself, you'll grow to love yourself. And when you love yourself, automatically, you're going to love everything and you're going to love life. Right there. You don't have to be a savage in pursuit of it. You're going to be living it. And that's happiness. Right there. You're going to be living it. You don't got to search for it or anything. You're going to live it. With the laws of mathematics, you'll have the solution to the problems of the world. Yet, let us sit back and begin to look and see that we are living facts, that there's no mystery to God. There's no mystery to who God is. For it is you, the original Asiatic black man, it is God. It is I, the original Asiatic black man, that's God. There's no mystery. So live the laws of mathematics. Get it, live it, eat it, and grow with it. And you'll see how great it is. Because it's a blessing that keeps you from guessing when you manifest it. And that's an actual fact. And I learned that too, dog. And I got knowledge in the 82 when I was knowledge power years old. And I see by me living this, I'm loving it. It's nothing else. I can study everything else, but I live the laws, mathematics. Because I'm what? Living to be self. Because that's the first law of nature, right there. With that, I say peace. I love y'all. And I love the law. I love the law. Word is ball. I love the law. I love the laws of mathematics, y'all. Because it's a blessing that keeps you from guessing. And it's an actual fact, y'all. I love it. Because see, without it, I'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. I'll still be at that 6, which is illiterate. I'll still be stuck in the laws. And I know that there's many who claim that they know laws, mathematics, and everything else, yet they add it and they subtract it and they multiply it and divide it, gets them caught up. And therefore the answer be wrong. You know why? Because you're not living it. You're not living it. You got to live this in order to love it. Just like how else will you know that you have life if you're not living it? And that's the law of mathematics, is living it. Right there. Each and every day. In each and every way. And I will show and prove and teach the righteous way. And for me to teach the righteous way, I got to live the righteous way. I don't got time to be dealing with the 10%. I'm here to teach the 85%. Who they are, because that's our duty, to teach the 85% who they are. They're the ones who's easily led in the wrong direction and hard to be led in the right direction. And it's even harder when you got brothers coming under the name of the law because they can't live in the name of the law. They can't live it. You got to live this. You got to live this. Sincerely live the laws of mathematics. I seriously live the laws of mathematics. Because this is my culture. Right here. I, God. Peace of law.
You want to add on, God?
Peace, God. Add on what the God you were saying, God. See, the science of mathematics, like you said, is order, God. So when I got knowledge of self, God, everybody's being what? Examined. See, we always had an open door policy. But nobody's being checked coming through those doors anymore. Just like when Yaku had his doctors, ministers, nurses, and cremators, we also have to be doctors, ministers, nurses, cremators to examine those who want to marry to Almighty God Allah. He married to Almighty God Allah through what? The mind. Through Allah's equality, he born what? Allah's 5%. See, we born through him. We born through the earth, through the mind, God. And we ain't dealing with that, God, you ain't dealing with mathematics. Because mathematics is order. When you ain't dealing with that, you're dealing with things that's out of what? Order. See, we don't deal with the 10%. They're the rich slave makers of the poor, teach the poor lies to make the people believe that the almighty truth of God is food cannot be seen by the physical eye. That's also dealing with the God said the non-cypher degree, the non-free cycle. Who's that mystery God? There is no mystery God. God is here. It's a reality. It's what? Real. But you have to live it. If you're not living it, then your word is not what? Bond. And what is you bonded to? God or what? Devil. There's only 2 mind states they can have, God. And I'm bonded through Allah, which is what? Life. And I will give all within I have and all within my power, God, to see this day forth, to live Allah's world manifest, God. But you have individuals that are amongst us who don't want that. Like the God said, they come under the name, but don't come what? In the name, God. See, they here for other things, God. Self-gratification. See, I did what I self-order what? Master. They did what I what? Selfish. It's all about self. They ain't here for no babies. They ain't never been here for no babies. If they here for the babies, where they at? Show and prove what you say. Because everything is a living what? Reality, God. When I got knowledge, I was knowledge years old. I was billion years old in 83 when I first get taught the meaning of civilization, God. There was many of us here at that time that was building and adding on. When my best friend Al Jabbar, who was William Arrington at the time, when he was in 2nd grade, when he told us that God was the supreme black man of all Asia, it blew our mind. We ain't never heard anything like that before. But where is that being held today? Babies don't know anything about mathematics, God. And mathematics is simple. Plain and what? Simple. And this is how we got to give it to what? To the young. But you have to offer something to the young. Because if you offer something to them, they're going to come get theirs. If you have something for the babies will be here. Period. If you don't have anything to offer to the babies, then that's what you're going to see. You ain't going to see any cream around here. So make your word live, God. Make your word be bomb, God. And this is when you'll see Allah. Allah said on time you'll see is when y'all what? Come together, man. But why is it when we come together it's chaos and confusion all the damn time? Ain't the law there then? There must be a problem. So just come together as one, as a unit, God. And just live it right and exact. Like the God said, this is all I know, God. I was knowledge when I got knowledge itself. I'm understanding Bill, about to be understanding born tomorrow, God. This is all I know. And this is all I need to know. Because the law is right and exact. Like my brother said, I ain't had to see him in the physical eye, God. Had to see him in the physical eye to know his word was bond, that he was living true, God. Because everything he did was what? Right and exact. Right and exact, God. Word is bond. And that's living what? Righteously. The root word righteously is what? Right. Just be right and exact, God. And everything you want to do, and you'll be successful in all your undertakings, God. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Peace to the cars first. So every year we're going to be here and whatnot and doing a workshop and whatnot, manifesting the laws, mathematics, and how to live a peaceful way of life to all the human families of the planet Earth. And around this time during the year and whatnot, the beginning of the year, all the human families of the planet Earth come here and whatnot to deal with resources, to exchange different degrees of their equality unto themselves in the form of politics, in the form of better business, and in the form of education. So you have the black colleges downstairs, and then you have black businesses and things of that nature. So the gods of earth will be here every year, showing and proving their supreme equality to all the human families of the planet Earth, to demonstrate peace. Peace.
Peace, God.
To add on to what the God was saying earlier, today's mathematics is now its power, God. We dealing with mathematics. We say mathematics is law and order of the day, and everything must be addressed through mathematics. So mathematics must be expressed first. So knowledge power is today's mathematics. We're dealing with equality. You know what I'm saying? This is my equality to you. You know what I'm saying? Through my knowledge, you see my power. This is my truth. Because I speak the truth, I don't speak about this. You know what I mean? So I show and prove each and every day, each and every way, through my ways and my actions. I always tell people, wisdom can be seen two ways. You can see through one's words, and you can see through one's actions. See, the words can lie, but the actions can't. See, you're going to do what you're going to do, but your words may say something else. So I'm saying, that's mathematics. You know what I mean? So when I do the knowledge of today's mathematics, I do the knowledge I did the knowledge and I see the truth, and I also see the lie. You know what I mean? Because we deal with mathematics, today's mathematics, knowledge, power, dealing with the 10% are, while also dealing with the reverse polarity, I deal with the science of who knows the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the true equality, God. And the reason why you don't see no peace, God, see, everybody said peace, peace, peace. But in order to have a peace, God, I know you gotta teach.
That's
in order
right.
to have peace. So if you ain't teaching, there is no peace.
That's right. That's
So I'm saying that's an actual fact. And that's why you see the streets the way they are, God. I remember growing up in the law form, I got knowledge, like I told you, God, I got knowledge about knowledge coaching. I lived on Wisdom Street, and the knowledge God wisdom address. You know what I mean? So I heard the wisdom of God going on the corners. This is like 78, 79. I heard the wisdom of God going on the corner. I was attracted to it because I never was a dumb person. I always was a bookworm. You know what I mean? I always was into books, reading, and things of that nature. So I heard mathematics. I'm like, damn, I want to know what the hell they're talking about. So that's when I started venturing out the streets and started finding out. I knew all the young gods, but I was one of them. You know what I mean? Then them gods came after us. Shamigam came. We was all young. You know, we didn't get this old man. We got this as young kids. You know what I'm saying? And this is who you got to project your teachers to. Brothers are so busy trying to teach each other. I ain't responsible for you. Crazy as hell. You got to teach them babies because that's how you got it. So I'm saying, that's what I mean by you gotta know the truth. People don't know the truth. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. You out here trying to teach each other. You bugging. You're supposed to be going to them babies, teaching them. That's why I stay amongst the young. Damn, God, you just too young me. Yeah, because I stay amongst the young. I don't want nothing old. I'm like my father. Nothing. Like him. Ain't gonna lie to you, God. I show it through my ways and actions, God. And that's the key, God. Real power, God, lies in the youth, God. And that's the truth, kid. And you gotta get to the youth, God. And it's not being done, God. Brothers got resources and don't know what to do. That's all. That's going back to knowing the truth. You don't even know what to do with the resources. Don't even know what to do. So now it's time to give them resources to those who know what to do and just make this science born, God. Because the last world, God, is a reality, God. There's only two cycles, God. You know what I'm saying? It's God and devil, okay? You know what I'm saying? That's actual fact, God. You can go to the left or the right. You're going to go one way or the other, man. You know, you can think you're going your own way all you want. You know, he said the devil teaches this what? Daily, God. On a daily basis. So we got to what? Teach this daily. Not once when we come together, yo, God, we're not going to quote this.
Every day, that's right.
Nah, man, just living mathematics. See, you know what I do, God? When people, I listen to brothers speak mathematics, I do the knowledge of their wisdom. You know what I tell them? I say, you know why you don't know understand mathematics? Because you don't teach it. See, when you teach it, you begin to understand it.
That's right.
Well, this boy, I'm telling you. God, I be in rallies, cycles, God, building, going through some science, and I didn't know the shit myself until I just manifested it. Because I taught myself just that instant, and I'm like, damn, I taught myself right next to me. Just taught myself just that shit, God. And that's when you teach it, God. You gotta teach it, kid. It has to be taught, God. And that's not what's going on no more, God. It's actual fact, God. It's actual fact. The proof is in the pudding. Go out in the streets. See, I come through the streets, God, they love me, God. Peace, Prince, peace, oh God, they love me, God. Because I teach it, God. They tell me, God, ain't nobody around here no more. I don't live in a log boom no more. You know, but they're like, God, ain't nobody around here. You know, you used to come around and take us off the corner and walk with us and talk with us. Nobody doing that no more, kid. And it ain't just here. It's everywhere.
Yes.
Because all is caused by who? Us.
That's right.
Everything goes back to the knowledge. Knowledge, power. God, the truth is you. Everything goes back to you. So I blame myself as well as you. This is the reason why things are the way they are. He said, what is the first sin of Adam, God? He didn't take responsibility for his actions, God. He blamed the woman. So I'm saying, and that's the problem, God. Brothers don't take responsibility for their actions. Dumar always used to say that, stand up and be what? Accountable. Brothers ain't standing up no more, God. It's time to be accountable, God. It's time to be accountable for your ways and your actions and everything that's around here, God. And then you will see, God. Remember, what's it called? Father Divine, Sincere. No, Shalom. Shalom came up here, God. Little stripper block, dudes out there selling drugs, God. God stepped out there, God. God, a big mighty God, too. God stepped out there, God, like, yo, listen, man, I can't be out here selling drugs like that. There's babies right here. They kept it moving, God. The hell around it, God. And that was the first time I ever seen somebody do that in a law born. Come out on the street, yo, man, I can't be selling drugs here no more. And they bounced, God, because they respected him. They knew he just like them. He got the ability to do something to them. So they respected that. Now, we got the same power, King. We just don't exercise it. We can't be afraid of their own babies. Afraid of their own babies, God. That's the truth. Know the truth, God. You're afraid of their own damn babies, God. Scared of them, King. Scared of them. See them out there on the corners, pants hanging down, shirts off. A lot of guards screams. They ain't no. God, you can go around a law born, God. Talk to anybody under understanding knowledge of his own action their name. They all got righteous names. But don't know no truth. Don't know nothing. Don't know nothing, God. And that's a shame for a law born. Shame, God. Should be called law born. It's all binded in. All binded into the same world. Shame, God. Law ain't being born, kid. Out of they damn minds. Nah, you gotta use a better tactic than what you use. You know what I mean? Get out on the streets, God. Say God is always what? Seen and what? Heard.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. We seen and heard, not just heard and not seen. We seen and heard, God. Every corner. I remember living with Muhammad before he would turn to the essence. He told me, he said, yo, brother, this when he told me, this when he showed me the sign of the depletion of the power. Because brothers ain't speaking the truth no more. See, when you start speaking the truth, you lose your power, God. So he started showing me this. He said, yo, listen. He said, I remember when I went to one of the head Muslims, I think one of Farrakhan people, when he said he gonna open up a temple in Albany. He said Farrakhan man told him, nah, you open up a temple there. That's the God's shit. God's run that. You can't open up nothing there. You ain't gonna, it ain't gonna exist. You open up one. That showed me, though. Showed me right there. See, when you start dipping and dabbing into all different stuff, you ain't dealing with the truth no more, man. You ain't dealing with the truth no more. Now, it's power said who the 10%, and that 10 also applied to that, who's that what? Said nations. Dealing with Buddhism and Christianity, and Moorism and all those other isms. You gotta be about the law's truth, King. You can't be about all this other stuff, God. You can't be, God.
Biz,
You can't be,
I'm
God.
gonna secure the fire station, so we need to take this cipher to the fire station.
All right.
Please, we leaving now?
You can't do that, God. You can't do that, God. You know, you're mixing truths, God. I don't give a fuck what they did in Kenya. I don't live in no damn Kenya. I don't give a damn what they did in Egypt. Do you live in Egypt? No. I'm 1964, man. That's my year one. That's my nation began. What reality you live in? What reality you live in, man? What truth do you know? Word is born. That's why I be looking at them, God. What truth do you dudes know? You don't know the stuff I know. Maybe I'm old school or something. Old school shit. It's the only school, God. Ain't no other school. You old school, God. Nah, there ain't no other school. You have a business school.
There it is. There it
You don't
is.
know the truth, God.
That's right, God.
Truth, man. Today's mathematics. You don't know the damn truth. That's why you're walking around confused, wondering what Allah taught. Speak the truth. That's what He taught.
There it is.
I ain't gotta ask nobody that. Speak the damn truth, and that's what He taught. Word is born, God. Pardon me, God, but you know, like the God Doom always told me, the greatest curse is not having knowledge of yourself, not knowing who you are. Yeah, indeed, God. I understand, God. Word is born. But not knowing who you are, God. Word is born, see?
God only building. He only teaches the truth, God. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Knowing the truth is the greatest curse you can have, black man. Done. You don't know who the hell you are. And you damn sure don't know who they are.
That's
You
right.
don't know who you are. How you know who they are? Walking around, you're a whore, you're this, you're that. What the hell are you, man? You ain't no 5%. That's for sure. We don't deal with the truth. That's the lost truth. That's why we acknowledge what the truth. We acknowledge what the truth.
Knowledge the truth. That's right,
Deal
God.
with all that other stuff, man. See, and another thing, God, the reason why mathematics is the solution, God, is because all them other ciphers are expiring, God. That's why you see them all trying to mix in with it. Duma was right exact, God. He said, all these other said nations, they are expiring. Because they have expiration dates. Like the gods are telling you, you have a beginning, you have an end.
That's right.
So I'm saying, see, God, we was born through the truth, which was living mathematics. They're not living. Duma always said, God, they still births, God. They wasn't born alive in this. And that's why they don't understand this thing.
That's right.
You know, and that's why we have such a hard time. You got these job pretenders amongst you,
Yep.
whispering in your ear, telling you this, telling you that. Newborns, they bear witness. God, they walk around woman goddesses, all kind of stuff, man. Where did the teachers start saying that? When? I don't care what they teach over in the moon, man. I don't care about that. I'm talking about here. When did we start teaching that? When? My knowledge is who's the original man. And if you don't understand what that means, it means original what? Intelligence. In your original state of mind. See, in order to be God, you gotta be man first. You gotta have intelligence.
That's right.
Half of them ain't got no intelligence, so how the hell they gods? They understand it, they don't understand this culture God because they don't live it right themselves. They don't acknowledge the equality of the Father because they don't bear witness in it.
That's right.
I don't bear witness everything the Father said. You know how the hell you God? When that man born you didn't born yourself, did you? Yeah, right. It's the problem, God. It's a worldwide thing. And until you start teaching the truth,
Let it go.
you keep seeing it, God. I'm just one person, God. Gotta be a joint movement. Gotta be one mind, God. And it gotta be a universal thing. That's how I say it, God. Peace, God.
Peace, God. God.
I want to add on, bro.
Of course, Lord.
I remember coming up to Law Born in Albany, you know, back like Bill Equality did at the festivals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if y'all might have known, a couple brothers that I met up here, Young Wise.
Yeah, Young Wise, DJ Young Wise.
DJ Young Wise.
Yeah.
God by the name of Lee. Thurston Allen is government name. Thurston. You know? But one thing I remember about the Law Born here is that everywhere you went in the festival, which you was just bear with what you were saying, God, was that everywhere you went, it was peace, God. Peace, King, peace, God. Peace, God. Everywhere you went. I'm talking about the time that I came. I got out of my year one is 85. I got out of the South, you know what I mean, upstate. Not upstate in the prison, but in the free sector. I was in high school. Ninth grader, my educator was born everlasting. My brother that dealt his equality with me, showed me the way, you know. I'm bear in mind what y'all seeing, God, in the bill, that when we don't acknowledge the truth, acknowledge our power, then we want to bring about the confusion. And it's not going to be peace. You always said peace is the absence of confusion. You understand all things. So when we gave the universal agreement, that was the basic things that we received when we was young. I was 15, I'm coaching, understanding that now. You know, we come in young. That's why the father said this is for the babies, because we was young. Kingdom, I was born from a single mother, didn't have a father, didn't have a biological father. You know, my mother had me at 15, you know what I'm saying? So, traveling and seeing different ciphers. I live in a large garden out in Atlanta. They going through their 21 ciphers out there right now. And I talk with some great minds out there, God. You know, I've been out in that cipher from born equality to the cipher now is here. You know, I was out there for that amount of time. And I'm just bearing in mind what you're saying, God. We waste a lot of time arguing amongst each other when we're supposed to already know what we already have.
That's
You know what I mean? So,
That's the problem,
if you don't know what you already have, then you know, then it might be a problem with what you have. You know what you have in your mind then. You know? So my thing is, God, is that, you know, traveling the land and seeing different ciphers go through different things over the years, months, and days. You know, I was speaking to Lord B the other day. You know what I mean? And God was saying that righteousness must prevail, God. See, because we are supposed to be righteous, God. We're not supposed to be unrighteous. And see, the thing that when we was manifesting, what happened is that, you know, in the era of the drug culture, because the culture is just one way to life. And when the drug culture hit, and the devils put out all this poison out here, and set the black man up to be in prison and be criminalized, decriminalization. This is what we was being set up for, right? You know what I mean? So when they brought the poison to us, many of the poor righteous teachers was out there teaching, fell victim to that, y'all. And that's just the reality of it. A lot of great minds, y'all, fell victim to the drug culture. Selling it and utilizing it. All right, so you know, let's keep it real. See,
Everything is real,
everything is real, because when we see what happened, we gotta know what the cause and what the effect is. We know what the effect is, but the cause of it is many different things. It's like the question, all the above. You know, it's not just one thing that is the problem, it's all the above that's the problem. You know, many different problems that we have in different ciphers. One of the things that we have, man, that is messing up the ciphers is the ego. You know what I'm saying? When we start speaking, the old saying, the least important word is I, the most important word is we and us. So when you start hearing more of the I, even though I is self, you have to deal with yourself, but we can't be dealing with individualism all the time, because individualism deals with in you divide all. When you deal with individualism, you're dealing with division already. We're supposed to be a nation. You know what I mean? So, you know, my thing is, God, is that, you know, we gotta have that love that we had once before. You know, when we was young in the nation and learning the mathematics at a young age, knowledge in 120, teaching fruit, teaching babies, dealing with your equality with man, woman, and child. You know, this is what we had to get back to the basics of. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, we losing a lot of time, we losing a lot of lives, especially where I'm from in Kemet, man. This homicide, you know, and it's because, like you said, we're not teaching. Now, we're teaching, y'all. I'm teaching on a daily basis, y'all. But I'm not one person.
Yeah, that's what I'm
it.
trying to tell you.
You know, it's not, I'm just one person, but there's many other ones, you know what I mean, like me also, but it's not enough that we got to do. It's like, you know how the devil, they increasing today's destruction, we got to increase in our building. You know what I'm saying? And they constantly strive to destroy the black man. So when I remember, you know, about Albany, it was always a peaceful place to where, you know, you seen gods. From the armory that y'all had your parties at. I don't even know. We got lost a little bit here, man. You know what I mean? Because I really traveled in a city like
They
that.
kind of changed it up a little bit, yeah. A lot of things changed.
Sure did, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot has changed around here, you know.
Sure did, God. So, you know, my thing is, God, is that definitely, man, you know, the separation, you know what I mean, is a sign that Yaqub did, you know what I mean, when he taught, you know, his people to do is deal with separation. You know, and we dealing with separation amongst ourselves. It's only, you know what I mean, defeating what we supposed to be for. I bet once everybody's bill here, God, from 4 degrees and going into all the great bills, you know what I mean, because this is what's needed. You know what I mean, we need to keep that camaraderie amongst each other and get the love back, God.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? Get the love back in our hearts for one another and settle differences, you know what I mean, because many gods have differences and they be about this small, God. You know, some gods be arguing over quotation and degrees. Like old God said, if you know what's supposed to be in it, you put the right thing in there. If your degree is wrong somehow, and your degree is quoting this way, then you put what is that you know is right in it, God. But you have to know what is right in order to put that in there. You know what I mean? So my thing is that we have to make knowledge born to wherever we go at, and not be afraid, God, like, you know, that you know, where I'm at, I'm a barber by trade, you know. So I'm constantly in the music. While I'm at it, just, you know, it's just shrouded with young, shrouded with older people, elders, it's mixed crowd, you know. So, you know, I'm constantly striving to teach the young, you know, about the knowledge of themselves. So they get knowledge about knowledge and truth of themselves and know themselves. Because that's what they lack.
That's the key, God.
And see, those who got this knowledge, you know what I'm saying, we have to stop the nonsense, God. I mean, the in-house stuff that we're going on, especially when we're dealing with this here once a day. We should already know better. We should know better, God. It's not on the newborns or the young that's coming around to decipher, because we are responsible for them until they get one tune, until they get on their way, and they can, you know, stand on their own truth square and build with what they know. But as long as we arguing and fighting amongst each other, you know what I mean, how is it going to be peace? Are we dealing with backwards mathematics, or are we dealing with a law of mathematics? Because if we're dealing with backwards mathematics, then that culture degree in 1 to 14, you know, as far as running the devil from amongst us, are we running righteous people from amongst? You know, that's like backwards mathematics. You see a lot of that going on. Like in the laws of Latika now, huh? You know what I'm saying? And our Atomic, you know, and the good brothers, I know a lot of them good brothers out there. You know what I mean? And they just having a problem. It's just like Mecca and Medina. You know, 5 boroughs is 5 boroughs. It's big. It's a big field. Atlanta's big. You know, spaces. It's a lot of space out there. College Park, Decatur, all that. So they arguing about, you know, of name changes.
Peace, God.
Faith.
You know, we're dealing with the topic, mathematics and living a peaceful life. This is not like, this is not the, where we deal out family business. You know what I'm saying? God, we stick to this workshop, we representing, we grow right here, and things of that kind. So that got to be edited over. You know what I'm saying?
Send me the other part, you know, Bill.
Yeah,
You heard it wrong,
what you were saying, God.
This the truth?
You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You gotta have the love, God. That's what law of mathematics showed me, God, at 15 years old. When we speak of knowledge power, the equality that was shared with me, you know, upstate where we at, God, we didn't even have a picture of the Father, God, to show and prove how the love that we had for the Father before we even knew how the Father was. You know what I mean? Some brothers had pictures and photos of the Father, you know, from years, months, and days. So the love that we had for the Father, or have for the Father, is a genuine love to me, because we didn't even see the man. And like many of us didn't, I'm talking about not seeing physically, of course I'm not old enough physically to be a 64, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about even, you know, the physical picture even of the Father, you know what I mean? So, you know, bring the love in the cipher. A law of mathematics showed me the love, and that was the highest elevation of understanding that I received, you know, by dealing with A-like self, by dealing with the community. The law of mathematics showed me to be community involved because this is what we teach. These things were designed, from what I understand back in Bill God, what we teach and what we achieve. And it's something that we, you know, as a community, because when we was young gods, you know, our thing was, you know, bombing Christians and shit. Bombing Muslims. You know what I mean? Bombing, you know, older people that didn't know the way. You know what I mean? When you was young with the knowledge, you acted as a child. Until you got wiser, then, you know, you had to, you know, grow up into a, you know, a big way of thinking. You know what I mean? So, you know, the love for this nation, God, you know, it has to be in your heart. And that's why we wear our lapel closest to our heart. Because you have to have the love in this. You can't just wear it, you know what I mean, and not have it in your heart, because it just be an outward appearance and not an inner appearance, because it's inner and outer on anything that we dealing with. You know what I mean? So, you know, this, you know, create the love and the cipher. You know, be righteous to one another. You know what I mean? This is what the law of mathematics shows. That the father can teach the non-born, and they range from the ages of 13, the youngest 13 to 20. 22,
to that time.
to 22, and taking encourageable youth in New York City, that is the same way that we have to be the fathers to the youth out here. And going the same way the fathers understanding born. 69, born in the culture cipher. Some of us are older than the father was in his physical right now. How come we're not as successful to what the father accomplished? Not by himself, because he had other people that was around him. The associates of Allah, Shaheed, all of them, Old Man Justice, the non-born. So he had good company around him also that continued to build. Otherwise, it's like the father said, the only way that I die is that you stop teaching. So if you stop teaching, as God was saying, that because we're not teaching out there, you know, the people are not learning nothing. Because we're too busy doing this thing. We're doing our own personal cipher. I don't look for nothing to reward when I go out in the streets in any city in North America. Any type of gold. Because I'm not a 10%er. I'm not a rich slave making the poor. I don't teach the poor lies, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not looking for a reward. My greatest reward is to seeing that an uncivilized person at 85 will receive the knowledge of themselves. So I'm not looking for the cars and all the other things like that, because I make money on a daily basis from my own hand. That's why the father said get a trade or skill. If you got an education, utilize your education, make your education work for you. But if you have a skill or trade, it can take you much further than some of these degrees that a lot of us went to school for that ain't worth the paper's green. You see what I'm saying? So have the love and the cipher. I knew my educator over 30 years. Brother that dealt his equality with me. I had not had an argument with that man, because of the love that I have for that man. And to this day, I still build one of him today. Even though he don't come around the parliaments or he's not active, you know, with nation like that, but I know he had love for Allah's teachers also. So we can't be too hard on one another, because the man might be going through their 21 cipher. We might have to be able to come uplift that brother, that sister, this brother. You know, before we try to, you know, pull a hammer down on him and learn how to pull that, you know, that line's cord that wouldn't slip. You know, like the line with grip slow. You know, the line's grip that wouldn't slip. You know, we gotta be able to lift that man out of that mental grave, even if it's your own brother. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, if no one is doing that, then we just as worse as off as a person who is wrong and doing what they're doing. That anybody is that. So law of mathematics taught me, saved me from a lot of destruction that I could have been going into. A lot of my peers, since Attica, Sing Sing, Clinton, all the correctional facilities in New York State. Some was in Federal, Rico. So So everything is real. See what I'm saying? So when you say you love the law of mathematics, that's a personal thing for you. Because everybody's not going to think and love it like you because we're all different. But they come and get it at their own time because the law had to come in time also. You may come in liking it because you came in because your man was, you know, you like the way it sounded. You know, when he's speaking mathematics or the way he was whizzing. You know, I'm in 9th grade in school, so, you know, I was attracted, you know, mathematics chose me. I necessarily didn't choose it, you know. It chose me because it came to me. See what I'm saying? So we have to have the love with each other, God, and keep the unity amongst each other, and not the division that destroys the cipher and that destroys the nation. You know what I mean? One thing that I did, God, is the things that I didn't get, I made sure I went and got back. Because sometimes we don't be rooted in ourselves. And this allows you to go different places, God, that you were speaking about. See, if you ain't rooted in yourself, then you will end up in the Moore side lodge or whatever. You will be over at Dr. York and Milwaukee and, you know, out of Edenton, Georgia. You be running around doing all that tabernacle stuff, Hebrew. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not rooted in yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not rooted in yourself, even though you can quote 120 from Who's the Original Man to Pluto and go all the way back, right? But you don't have the understanding of love yet. And that takes time. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going now, it's 120, then you got 240 degrees to get a 120 wisdom, 120 understanding. And that comes in time. I see a lot of things differently than when I was younger in the knowledge. That even with lessons, you see things differently than when you was younger, than when you were older. Allah gave us supreme mathematics and alphabet. And these are the things that we must master. We utilize the Muslim lessons because they taught us the 6 questions of life of what, why, where, who, and how, and where, and all that other stuff that we be answering. These are just the questions of life. Who was the original man? Why have we double set on the best part of the planet? Why did we run the African way doubles? All these different questions that we answer, that we was taught to quote, so that we can know, as the brothers say, that we examine one another. Why we challenge one another? Because we wanted to know we was each other's brothers. That was one of the reasons why we went through the lessons like that. I was come through that era. So I know about that era, I know I'm familiar with that era. And that era was good because it kept a lot of people in mind. And also, you know, it might have, there's some bad to it also because you can't force mathematics on no man. You can't force it on them. You only can teach mathematics to them. They either going to accept it or they're going to reject it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say it's living mathematics, because we live this every day. It's not something that we go to a parliament every last Sunday of the month, or every second Sunday, or a GCC class, or anything that we set up in our cities. But it's something that we do daily in our daily lives. You know what I mean? So, I'm still learning, y'all. You know what I mean? I never say I know it all. You know what I mean? Because I realize that I'm still learning, and knowledge is truly infinite. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot from what all y'all was building on. You know, even traveling up from Kemet to Ratchet. The reason why we say Kemet, God, is not because we on some Egyptianality. I ain't never been on no Egyptianality. You know what I mean? It's the knowledge itself, it's a law of mathematics that allowed me to read other books like Rejuvenating and other books by Chancellor Williams or any historical books that we show prove how the black man is God. Because that's the only reason that those books should be any relevant to you is that they show prove to what we teach that the black man is God. Because if you're dealing with horizon or side, all that type of stuff, all it is showing you who you are at the end of the day. All those stories. So when I read books, I don't read books to take on the mindset of the reader or the writer. I strive to get the best part because that's what we choose for ourselves. That's the understanding. That's the clear picture. So when I choose the best part on any book I read, some books I might not even be ready for because it's just that heavy in its core. It requires me to do heavy research. You know what I'm saying, God? So
I know what you're saying, God. See, it goes back to the days mathematics, knowledge, power, knowing the truth. So I'm saying, yeah, indeed, I know the time is about to shut, God. I'll go back to knowing the truth, God. See, my job ain't to teach you about metadata or anything of that nature. You can learn whatever you want. That's your business. You know, I mind my own business. See, I know in the science of the universe, back to what you were saying way back, when you deal with the science of the universe, it's you and I. I know that you come before I, God. So I don't look at the big eyes and the little U's, you know. So I know what makes the universe up. But when you have people, God, who come amongst you, God, see, knowledge means you know what I know. And that wisdom should be the same. See, some things, God, you got to have a criteria to. See, our open door policy, yeah, it's an open door policy, but you also must stand on that square and be examined.
That's right.
See, when you don't examine those who come amongst you, God, then anyone comes in.
What's up, brothers? How we doing?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
I'm wearing the mask, Jack.
And this is the reason for the confusion. This is why you see the confusion. Because you allow any and everything, and you think it's all the same. And it's not. We deal with the laws of truth. I don't deal with no other so-called truths. I deal with the law's truth. You know what I'm saying?
Straight to the point.
Straight from that man's mindset. That man born me, not Kevin. You know what I mean? I wasn't going through Osiris or Horus, nor Pthah, nor Bess, or any of them. My science is of law. I deal with the law's truth. And what he taught from that year one to where we at now. See, we was busy building our own world instead of busy trying to build someone else's world. We would have a world. But we too busy. See, what they said, the 85, what? Their power's being utilized by who? 10%. See, the 10% use their power, God. Their power ain't being utilized for themselves, it's being utilized for others. So when you use your power, you better realize who you're using it for.
That's right.
I'm not here to big up Kennedy. I'm bigging up the laws, Lord. And that's what I'm about, through and through. And I never fell off my square, God. Never. I can't remember a time when I wasn't myself. When I came into myself, I always was myself, and I never will be other than myself. See, and that's being true born. I ain't a firstborn, but I'm a true born. I was truly born, God. You know what I mean? I'm a true and living God, not some old myth, not some pretender, not some old this and that. No, I'm God, and always has been, always will be, and anybody know me can tell you the same. My whole earth will tell you that. He God. He been like that ever since he's 14. He ain't changed. He ain't gonna change.
That's right, God.
Because I had, let's do the knowledge, God. When I first told my mother my name, my cousin and them, I bought knowledge mathematics to my family. I brought it to my family, God. See, I was born in Newark, New Jersey, New Jerusalem, in the New Ark. See, I came with the new science. When I brought it to my family, God, they didn't know what I was building about, but they tested. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to show and prove who I was, because I was learning myself. Because there was a time when we didn't know the truth. We didn't know who we were. You know what I mean? So when I came into this truth for myself, God, and I knew, found out who I was, you know what I'm saying? I brought it to my family, started teaching it to them. You know, and when my mother seen our names and seen that, she knew right then, God, from the names and what we was telling her. I told my mother one day, I said, Mom, I said, listen, a woman like Elizabeth ain't gonna exist no more. You the last of your kind. She said, what? I said, you the last of your kind. There ain't gonna be nobody. I would never name my baby Elizabeth, Betty, or any of that. See, you the last of your kind. And right then she knew that I belonged to that man. I said, that's his father. She said, oh, I don't mess with your lessons. I don't mess with your pictures. I know that's, no. Because that's how I live, God. That's living mathematics, God. Living it out. Every day. All the time. But it's a great blessing, God, that the gods came up, God. You know what I mean? You know that, God. That's right, God. I see a couple videos too, God.
What's my name, Lord? What's my name?
Happy, God. You make me ready to happiness, God. You ready to happiness.
Yes, God.
God,
I
Rashid.
got sciences for you and your queen, and to look at science. We want to, yeah.
God, also to answer your question about the topic of the day.
Peace. How
Live
y'all
a
doing?
peaceful way of life, but dealing with mathematics, we just have to utilize them how to do it. Now, Bill said, what's the duty of a civilized person? To teach you a savage, civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of the science of everything of peace and happiness. So before you give somebody knowledge self, you gotta teach them civilization.
Yes.
The root of the word civilization means to be what? Civil. Have morals, to have conduct. And once that man graduates to the next step, which is dealing with righteousness, then you show him how to be right and exact in everything. And then when he comes through that stage, then you give him the knowledge of yourself, to know self. And then you will live in love, peace, and happiness, science of all things. That's when you see Allah's world being manifest and that devil taking off the what? The planet. That's all we just gotta do, God. Like you said, mathematics is simple. Just do our duty, which is what's to teach, God. And do the right steps to teach. Knowledge power is to know the truth, but you have to utilize how to utilize that power first, God. What are you teaching? That's the key. Yes. Everybody teaches. But what are you teaching? You're teaching the law's truth or the young? That's the science, great God. Just to add on everything else, God. It's a blessing to be around my family, God. Everybody's being one, God. And that's peace, God.
One mind's here, God. One mind, God. And that's what I like, God. See the harmony, King. And this is how mathematics is expressed. See, it showed and proved itself, God. We didn't have to, it just showed and proved itself, God, through the harmony and the expression of itself. And there was a harmony. There was no disagreement. There was no arguing. There was no bickering. There was no this and no that. See, everything was in harmony because we showed and proved mathematics, God. We showed and proved on that tape.
And I tell you this, man. Just as today's mathematics is knowledge power, and like you said, God, we manifest Allah's mathematics and supreme alphabets. Today's degree of your alphabets is cipher. Know the truth where you at. Because see, anything beyond 360 is an illusion. If you know the truth of where you at, you see the equality because it'll come straight, just straight and exact. Right there. Right and exact. It'll come straight, right, and exact. Right there. Because that's the truth. Some brothers say, you know, truth is refinement. How could you refine the truth when it's the truth? It's point blank, pure righteous. It don't need refinement. If anything, it's the truth to give you the guide to become refined. To begin to live, as you said, God, what is the duties of a civilized person? To teach he who's a savage, civilization, righteousness. See? That's when the refinement comes. Once he what? Know the truth. When he knows the truth. You only know the truth by looking at your equality and how you present it, how you carry it, how you live it. See, a lot of brothers take that on face value. They figure, yeah, you can teach a boy mathematics, but yet you going savage. And yet, then you get on his case when he sit back and make an error, you go savage on him. But he's looking at the things that he's doing. What's that old commercial say? I learned from watching you. This is why a lot of these young brothers now is going crazy. They sit back, get a righteous name, like the God say, get a righteous name, say, yeah, this is my teacher, and his teacher's over there preaching. He's not teaching anything. He's only sitting out there, coming out of his mouth, and yet it still his ways and actions like those of a stinking and grafted type. And then you wonder why the youth is performing and acting the way they is. You know why? Because he sat back and made them hear the power, but never gave them the refinement by showing them how to live righteously, how to live civilized. See? This is why you got to constantly teach and live it. It's not about just manifesting the laws of mathematics. You got to live the laws of mathematics. You got to live this. You got to live it. Because as God was saying earlier, you're going to have many now. All they nations is running right into our nation. They running into our nation. They expire. What is their set birthday record? Because the law is infinite. We have no beginning nor ending. We are older than the sun, moon, and stars. I was once asked why when we say culture, we say I God, because we already see how the concept of Islam, the religious concept, is taken now. So who else is going to live it out but I God? Is going to live it right.
That's like this, like the add on just saying, not to cut your wisdom. You know how the old saying, the elders said, it's not the truth that need to be found, we need to be found.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because we was mixed out in an example. You see what I'm saying? We needed grown fools, mental and physical fools, so we needed to be refined. Truth don't need to be refined, but we do. You know what I mean? Yeah, we do.
Well, I just want to add on also, we know the time is getting short, we got to motivate. Dealing with the theme today, dealing with supreme mathematics. And as I sat back and was doing knowledge and the power that was being manifested here, it basically brings us right back to word is born. Your word is just a bunch of noise if it isn't bonded through your actions. As simple as that.
Simple as that.
Peace.
You right.
Peace.
Peace, family.
It's that simple, God.
So it's about.
1, 2, 3, peace.
Hey! All around. Let me.
So how can we order some videos from you, God?
Yes, that's right. I'm here too.
Some of your past ones.